Jerry Yates admitted to BBC Radio Sheffield that he would be open to making his stay at Sheffield Wednesday permanent, a statement that immediately places the striker at the centre of the club's rebuilding conversation. The 29-year-old forward arrived on loan from Luton Town during a difficult season for the Owls, one that ultimately ended in confirmed relegation to League One following defeat against rivals Sheffield United. Despite that backdrop, Yates has quickly formed a connection with the Hillsborough crowd. Speaking openly about his experience, he highlighted the atmosphere created by Wednesday supporters, describing the fan base as something that leaves him speechless both home and away. For a player still under contract elsewhere and assessing his future, those remarks carry real significance. In a campaign dominated by setbacks, including points deductions and a prolonged run of defeats, Yates' willingness to publicly praise the environment around the club suggests that his brief spell in South Yorkshire has already created a meaningful bond with supporters. From a footballing perspective, Yates' impact at Hillsborough has been gradual but increasingly noticeable. His first 6 appearances for Wednesday passed without a goal, reflecting both the team's wider struggles and the typical adaptation period for a striker arriving midway through the season. However, that trend has begun to shift in recent weeks. Yates opened his account in the 3-1 home defeat against Southampton before following it up with another goal in the 2-1 loss away at Derby County. Those 2 goals in consecutive matches stand out sharply against the team's overall context, a run that has now extended to 14 straight defeats. Head coach Henrik Pedersen has publicly praised Yates for his mentality during this difficult period, emphasising the striker's commitment in training and describing him as a fantastic character within the squad. Pedersen also pointed out that Yates' affection for the club and his work rate have been evident since his arrival, making his recent goals not only a personal breakthrough, but also a rare positive moment for a group that has endured sustained adversity. The primary complications surrounding any permanent move remains Luton Town. Yates still has 2 years remaining on his contract at Kenilworth Road, meaning any deal would require negotiation with the Hatters. The striker joined Luton from Swansea City last summer after scoring in double figures during a loan spell at Derby County, but his time there proved challenging. Across 29 appearances, he scored 7 goals in total, only 2 of them in league competition before leaving on loan in January. Luton manager Jack Wilshere acknowledged the difficulties the player faced, particularly highlighting the impact of social media criticism that affected his confidence. Wilshere expressed hope that the loan would allow Yates to rediscover his form, stating that he expects the forward to return in the summer as a different Jerry Yates. At the same time, Wilshere was clear that Yates remains a Luton player and that the club will continue to monitor his progress while he is away. From Sheffield Wednesday's perspective, the importance of Yates extends beyond his 2 recent goals. The club will enter League One needing players with resilience, experience and the mentality to compete in a rebuilding environment shaped by financial pressures and the lingering effects of points deductions this season. Within that context, a striker who has responded positively after a slow start and who has now scored in consecutive matches despite the team's wider struggles represents a profile worth serious consideration. The psychological aspect also matters. A forward who openly values the supporters and feeds off the atmosphere at Hillsborough could become an important figure in stabilising the dressing room during a promotion push in the 3rd tier. The key decision now lies ahead of the summer window. Sheffield Wednesday must determine whether pursuing a permanent move for Jerry Yates aligns with the club's rebuild, while also recognising that Luton still hold his contract and may attempt to reintegrate him if his confidence continues to recover. The recruitment question is therefore straightforward. Should Sheffield Wednesday act early to secure a striker who appears to have embraced the club and its supporters? Or will Jack Wilshere's expectation of a revived Jerry Yates at Luton ultimately place that opportunity beyond their reach?